experience for these women. They're learning so much about themselves. I'm really, really happy for these young women. The prelims helped to narrow down the field, and now it's time to announce our final 15 contestants.
Let's get to it. First in the final 15. South Carolina.
I knew singing was gonna be my passion when I would get on stage, and I didn't care who was listening or if nobody was there. I was having a good time on that stage with my microphone. When I competed on American Idol, I never thought that I could be a musician. But it took being on that show for me to realize that, wow, I could really do this for a living. I'm a huge daddy's girl. My dad is a high school football coach. I like to say that my life was kind of like a combination of Remember the Titans and Friday Night Lights. So I was always on the field with Coach and riding the bus to the games. Touchdown!
South Carolina.
Next to advance, Ohio.
She's nice, she's beautiful, and she's a great teacher. Beautiful, nice, and she always dresses up pretty every day for school.
When I first started college, I didn't know that I wanted to be a teacher. I thought that I wanted to go into the medical field, and turns out when I started doing hours in the hospital, I found out that I fainted at the sight of everything. So I had to change my major. One day when I was watching a daycare come through the workplace where I was, and I thought, you know, this is something that I really want to do. I've been a first grade teacher for 4 years. They put a smile on my face every single day, and I'm doing what I love.
Yeah.
Ohio.
Proudly repping her state. Georgia.
My family is amazing. They were my #1 supporters before I had friends or anything else like that.
Money always kept us laughing all the time, from the time she woke up in the morning till it was time to go to bed. I remember this picture, and one of her 5 lip glosses that she carried around, I think she used all 5. Sometimes she couldn't figure out which flavor she wanted to go with. So I think this one is bacon grease.
To have them always having my back means a lot to me. They've always pushed me to be the best person I am, and to give back to them would be the greatest thing in the world for me.
Georgia.
Still in the competition, Arizona.
So this is Kona Bear. He's pretty much my best friend. When I registered him to be my emotional support dog, I never would have thought that just being able to have my dog with me all the time would change my life, but it's been amazing. I started experiencing anxiety when I was about 18 or 19. It's almost like an overwhelming of every emotion at once, and you're just stuck and you can't find your way out of it. Anxiety and depression is not something you can always control, and I don't think people know that. So if there's anything I can do to make sure that anyone in the world doesn't have that feeling, I would love to do it.
Arizona.
Making the cut. Alabama.
Basketball really became my thing. Won a few state championships in basketball, ended up being all-state in basketball. It was senior night at my high school, They were revealing my 1,000-point banner, and all I did was pivot. My left knee just completely gave out. I tore my knee on a Tuesday night, and that upcoming Friday, I was supposed to be competing for Miss Alabama Teen USA 2012. I was able to go to the pageant in a huge ugly knee brace, which is no accessory any girl ever wants to wear. And so then I ended up winning. So as bad as my knee injury was, I wasn't gonna let not having an ACL keep me from competing. I'm too competitive for that.
Sweet home Alabama.
Moving forward. West Virginia.
My mom had me when she was only 17 years old, so it's just really been me and my mom.
And then this one, we were making gingerbread house, which we did every year.
We really had the opportunity to grow up together. So we've always been more like good friends. And just watching her achieve her dreams really inspired me to go after mine. Having this strong woman in my life, I knew that I could be anything that I wanted to be because I had her as an inspiration.
West Virginia.
We're almost halfway. Number 7. District of Columbia.
I'm in the United States Army Reserves. I'm a quartermaster officer and company commander of the 988 Petroleum Detachment Unit.
I'm here to give you perspective. I'm a lieutenant, so this is exactly what you're gonna hit as soon as you commission.
I joined the military at 17 years old, so I consider it to be a family tradition.
The best thing that you can do when you get to your unit at first is listen.
When I put on my uniform, it's something that comes over me to know that I represent something so large. I represent a way of life. I think it's amazing.
DC, we just started the show and I've already said Columbia won. Steve just texted me, I'm already in trouble.
Well, there are still 8 women left to make our final 15. Which of your favorites are you rooting for?
Will Miss 52 USA defy the odds again and make the cut? Or will Texas take another step towards her dream? Find out when Miss USA returns right here live on Fox.
I'm about to play Bean Boozled and try to figure out which jelly bean I'm eating. Oh, that one's definitely skunk spray. Oh my gosh.
Definitely barb. Not peach. We have peaches in South Carolina. That's not peach.
Got coconut.
It's moldy cheese. It's moldy cheese.
I like it.
I've been waiting for a girl like you, the love that will survive.
Facebook and pricing a 4-bedroom house in Idaho. Ooh, I'll get that. Might be one of the guys you kissed in the last 8 hours. Hey, it is!
DJ, we need to have a little chat.
Ooh, I get to answer this one. Hi, Matt. DJ, the other guy you kissed is here.
Look, you guys are both going to be fine, and there is nobody stronger than Maya. Nothing can break her. I just don't see it.
Oh, it's a poor baby. Poor baby. Come here. Come here. Oh,
Maya. No matter what happens, it is nobody's fault.
Yes, it is.
Whose fault do you think it is?
Matthew's.
Well, of course.
It's gonna be a good summer.
summer's nice, living in a Dunkin' paradise.
It's going to be a great summer. Yeah.
And here we have 1893 from the makers of Pepsi Cola. I'm gonna smell it. Then I'm just gonna take one small sip.
That seems like more than a sip.
1893 boldly blended colas.
Behold, 1 part awesome scented body spray, 1 part sweat-absorbing body powder.
I like both parts.
New Gold Bond Men's Powder Spray. Controls odor and wetness and smells irresistible. Stay cool.
Nexus introduces a new movement in hair. A beautiful fluidity. Restoring strength and flexibility. So it moves and responds the way you do. New improved Nexus with concentrated elastin protein and precious ingredients for hair that lives to move.
The 2016 Olympic Games this summer from Rio.
To compete for Miss USA is kind of like competing for the Olympics.
This has definitely been one of the hardest games that I've trained for. You only get one shot at it.
This is one of the toughest mental games I've ever played.
It only takes one girl to beat you. I felt what it was like to win, and there's nothing more that I wanted. We all want it so badly.
When you get a big group of people together that are all vying for the same thing, you do get competitive.
All these years and all this time and literal blood, sweat, and tears to get to this point.
I'm gonna go on that stage and I'm just gonna own it.
All I'm gonna be thinking about is I'm taking that crown home.
Welcome back to Miss USA. Watch closely because later in the show, you'll be judging live. So start thinking about who your favorite contestants are.
So, we not gonna dress how you just walked out the back with the hot pants, suit, and extra high heels, making me look short. All right? I'm 5'10", in case you're wondering at home. I thought we was coordinating wardrobe changes.
Well, I'm just trying to get through all my looks. You know, see, I'm a girl. I have a lot of quick changes.
How many looks do you have?
Like 15 or so. Yeah. But don't worry. We will coordinate next time. Don't worry.
All right, deal. All right, guys. Right now it's time to find out who else made the cut. 7 unique and amazing women have impressed the judges and earned themselves a place in the final 15. That means only 8 spots are left. The number 8 spot goes to California.
My dad is Gerardo Mejía, other known as Rico Suave.
Rico Suave.
He introduced me to my love for music. It's where I find my grounding, and it is my happy place. I never pictured myself being a model. You're constantly being body shamed, told that you're not good enough, and I let someone else's opinion of me define my self-worth, and I ended up suffering from anorexia. Thankfully, with the support of my parents, I regained my health again, and I'm so grateful. I hope to inspire young girls to really love who they are and to love the skin they're in.
California.
The next spot in the final 15. Missouri.
So game of horse, loser does 10 push-ups.
All right, it's on.
My dad was my very first coach.
and I played basketball my entire life. I loved calling out the plays. Are we in a 1-3-1 offense? Are we in man-to-man defense? Back in the game. So athletics has been one of the greatest things that I've done in my life because my dad always taught me that hard work and dedication will ultimately lead to success.
Oh, come on. 10. Give me 10.
He always wins. And that's fair because he's the coach, so it makes sense.
Good game. Good game.
Missouri.
Moving on to the next round. Connecticut.
I am a first-generation American. Coming here, it's really about achieving the American dream, and that was my parents' plan. They wanted to come here, and they knew that if we worked hard, we would have a great education. I am a registered nurse at Yale New Haven Hospital, and I couldn't see myself in another field or any other career as rewarding as this one. Being the first in my family to graduate from college, but also becoming Miss Connecticut and going to Miss USA, I can't get any more American dream than that. So I think that if there's anything that would make my dad proud is to say, I moved to America for my daughter to have an amazing life and live the American dream, and she is Miss USA. I think that would make him so proud.
Connecticut.
We only have 5 spots left. Here we go. Hawaii.
I love to play volleyball. I received a Division I full scholarship for 5 years to go to school in California. I had my mind set on playing professional volleyball. My senior night playing volleyball at Cal Poly ended up tearing my Achilles. Emotionally, I felt like a huge part of me was missing because volleyball was my entire life. I learned to really focus my energy on what I can do as opposed to what I can't do. I realized that I wanted to come home and make a difference to our kids here in Hawaii. Right now, I am a coach and a mentor. I can incorporate athletics, I can incorporate working with kids, and really make an impact on our future.
Hawaii!
One step closer to her dream. South Dakota.
When I'm modeling, it's definitely a break from reality, I would say. I was 13 and it just kind of happened. I've been in Teen Vogue, 17 Prom, and Teen Prom. It's just a fun hobby. I take a portion of those paychecks and I put it aside for the girls in Kenya. I actually traveled to Kenya with my stepdad, and we worked with a girls' school called the Travelers Oasis, and they have about 250 girls that attend. I think these girls have taught me a lot. I learned to not stress on the little things. Living each day just as happy as I can and not taking those little things in and letting them get to me.
South Dakota.
Only 3 left. Contestants, don't forget to breathe. The competition continues for Arkansas.
This is my horse, Hot and Dreamy. Dreamy for short, and she's pretty special to me. So I started showing horses when I was really young, and my ultimate dream was to win the World Show. I mean, that is the top of the line, that is the biggest show that you can win. And the first year I went to it, I don't even think I made like the top 10, and it was devastating. But on my 4th try, I put absolutely everything into it and won the World Show. I think before you win, you definitely need to learn how to lose. I think it teaches you that if you want something, it's not always going to be easy, but it'll definitely be worth it. And so I think everyone needs to fail at a few things before reaching their ultimate goal.
Arkansas.
She's headed to the finals. Virginia.
Somebody had approached me 5 years ago and said that you'd be in a doctoral program teaching at Hampton University and that you'd be competing to be Miss USA. At that point in time, I couldn't even dream a dream that big. My grandmother was my #1 fan without a doubt. And I competed at another national pageant. I got a phone call saying that she had passed away. And so every time I get on stage now, I sort of can feel that she's still there in the audience cheering for me. She grew up in a time where segregation was real. So everything I do, I know it's bigger than me. I am representing these women and my ancestors that have worked so hard and been through so much, and my goal is to make them proud.
Virginia.
38 women are hoping to hear their name, but there's only one spot remaining. The last contestant in the final 15 is Oklahoma!
From cheerleading for the St. Louis Rams, I realized quickly that I wanted to be on the sidelines in a different capacity, and that was with a microphone in my hand and talking about what was happening on the field, not cheering alongside them.
And back to you in the studio, Phil.
I created a company, Pink Door Productions, and inspiring women to go headfirst in the direction of their career and their dreams. Tell me about this internship. I'm a one-woman circus. From answering the phone to booking appointments, all of that is done by me. That's certainly a challenge, but it is such a rewarding one when that pays off.
Oklahoma! Ladies and gentlemen, your final 15. Congratulations, I know your fans all around the country are going absolutely crazy right now.
And if you're watching at home, get your devices ready. Later on in the show, you'll have a chance to cast your vote for your favorite contestant. But don't worry, there's no caucuses or primaries or delegates. We keep things simple here at Miss USA.
And now let's go behind the scenes. Ashley, what is it like backstage right now?
You guys, things are buzzing back here. I was literally on the edge of my seat waiting for those names to be called. If I was up there, I probably would have fainted, but these women are owning it. I can't wait to see how they handle the rest of the competition. California, how does it feel to actually be in the final 15?
I'm so overwhelmed and I'm so blessed right now. This is such an incredible experience, and oh, let's do this!
I've got some really exciting news. You were actually voted fan favorite.
Well, thank you to everyone out there. I cannot thank you enough. Viva Ecuador!
Yeah.
And I'm so grateful for all of the fan base. Thank you.
Thank you, California. You're so beautiful. Now let's get moving onto that swimsuit, honey.
Coming up, we'll meet tonight's judges and then the swimsuit competition. Plus, performances by country music sensation Chris Young, Nervo, and the legendary Backstreet Boys. It's all on Miss USA 2016, live on Fox. From Las Vegas, home of T-Mobile Arena and the MGM Grand.
It's not about how pretty you are, it's about what you're saying and how you're saying.